Hello everyone, welcome back to A Couple Books. This is Couple, as per usual. If there's ever anyone else on this channel, they're probably an imposter. I might be an imposter myself, so just fair warning. That's the situation here. Just so ignore this person. They're not real. Today we're doing the end of the year book tag. I know that you're supposed to do this book earlier in the year, like in November time. I didn't because I'm a procrastinator, one thing. Number two, I kind of didn't realize this was a video. That's a lie. I totally knew this was a video. I just didn't get around to it. But now I'm getting around to it, and I'm going to thank Lady Jane Books. She is the one who tagged me in this, so thank you to her. Her channel will be down below as well. If I can find the original tag, that will also be down below. But Lady Jane did this, so I'm doing it for you all now because I think it's a fun tag, and why not do it? This end of the year book tag is going to be 6 questions, and then I'm going to tag some people. So let's get started. The first question is, are there any books you started this year that you still need to finish? Well, that's like pretty much all my library, but more specifically, one book I need to finish before the end of the year is A Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay. This is a horror book. I started it a little bit ago on my phone, and then I got the real copy, and I just need to finish it. I don't know how far I'm into it, but it's a fantastic read. It's basically about this girl, I think her name's Marjorie. She has schizophrenia. Her family's like, oh no, she's got schizophrenia, and they go ahead and they basically try and get her like help, and basically no one can help her, and she's descending into madness, and it's really horrible. But while this is happening, the house is also descending into like horrors and madness, and so they reach out to a priest to come and help, and they end up becoming like the star of this TV show all about hauntings and stuff. So it's a very interesting read. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying Paul Tremblay so far. He's one of my new favorite authors I've discovered this year. It's absolutely fantastic. So that is what I need to finish before December 31st. Number 2, do you have any books to transition you like into the new year? I don't really have transition books. There's not like a book I like read always to like go into the new year. I kind of just read whatever is on my bookshelf. But one, I'm gonna kind of cheat here and do a series that I'm going to be reading, and that's going to kind of push me into jump starting my next year with a hot series. That is going to be Traitor's Blade by Sebastian de Castell. I've talked about this book before on my channel, I do believe, but basically it's about this former like royal guard called the Greatcoats. These were like the best of the best. Like they protected the king. They were absolutely amazing. Everyone looked up to them. Long story short, the king died. They kind of fell out of harmony, and everyone kind of disgraced them. And now they're trying to get the Greatcoats back together. It's got political intrigue. It's fantasy. I enjoy it. I love it. I've heard really good things about this series. I've heard very interesting things about each book. It seems to be a very polarizing series in the sense that some people love certain books and hate other books, so I'm super excited to get into this. So this will be the series that I'm kind of transitioning into next year with like a jump start, so that like I'm hitting the ground running with the series. So boom, shakalaka. Number 3, is there any new releases you're still waiting for? Well, there's always books I'm discovering that are always coming out, but in terms of new releases, there is actually a new release that has come out that I'm still waiting for because of where I live. It's very difficult to get English books. It's next to impossible actually, so I have to order it all online. It's a big pain in the butt. It's hard to not supporting small bookstores, but it's really my only option, and so it takes a little bit to get into my country where I'm at right now currently. I actually have to it can take anywhere from like a month for a book to get here. So currently on the way that I'm really excited for is Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson, which is going to be the 4th book in the Stormlight Archive series. This is a super exciting series. It's, I think, one of the pinnacles of fantasy at the moment. This series, I think, will go down as like Lord of the Rings for our generation. Like, it's insane. This series is just mind-blowing in every way. I'm currently doing my absolute best to stay away from spoilers. It is extremely difficult because like this has been like all the hype the last 2 weeks. So I'm waiting for my copy to get here so I can read that. Another new release that I was really excited for but no longer am is Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline. This is the second book, the sequel to Ready Player 1. I loved Ready Player 1. I really enjoyed Armada, but it seems like Ready Player 2 is just like the biggest disappointment ever. But I'm trying to not let that shape my opinion, so I'm going to still read it. I'm going to hopefully enjoy it, and maybe I'll be the one with the unpopular opinion. But that is new releases that I'm still waiting for. The next question is number 4, which is what 3 books do you want to read before the end of the year? Well, I have like 3 weeks left, right? So that should be more than enough time to finish on these books. I already have my December TBR up, so I'm going to try and do something different if I can and avoid those books. But one book I'm really excited to finish is called Nine Toes by Tim Andrews. This is a lit RPG novel where basically it's following a thrown away D&D character. So if you guys don't know, when you play Dungeons and Dragons, you have to create a character and you roll for these characters, and sometimes these characters just don't work out, or they die, or you don't want them anymore. And so we're basically following this guy named Nine Toes, who's a goblin or a hobgoblin, and he is also a wizard, and it's basically he's a thrown away character that was supposed to be in a D&D campaign, and he's not now. And so we're basically following his story from within the universe of Dungeons and Dragons, as this like forgotten character plays through the world and becomes like ultra powerful and everything. I'm super enjoying it so far, and I really want to like finish it before the end of the year as well. Another book that I'm really looking forward to picking up is The Land Founding by Aliran Kong. This is also a lit RPG book, and I'm super excited for it. It's supposedly one of the best lit RPG books. Aliran Kong is known as the father of lit RPG, and I think that's very much true in the sense of like he's one of the key people who brought its prevalence to America. And so I'm really excited to pick up his first book, which is called The Land Founding, which is number 1 in the Chaos Seed series. So those are 2 books that I would really like to finish before the year's out. As well, to stay away from my TBR, I'm also really excited to pick up the 3rd volume of Jack Townsend's Tales from the Gas Station, from The Gas Station. This is a Reddit series that kind of blew up, got super famous, and now it's a book series. I am currently working my way through volume 2, and then volume 3 will be right after that. I'm super excited to get to that. It's basically about this guy has insomnia, and he's dying because he can't sleep like at all, and it's slowly going to drive him insane. He's going to die, and basically we're following like him as he deals with all these crazy things that are happening at the gas station, which are like spoofs on horror, and they're also like crazy. It's horror comedy at its best. I really am enjoying it so much, and I'm really excited for the 3rd book that I will be picking up on Audible ASAP as soon as I finish the 2nd volume. So those are 3 books outside of my TBR I do believe that I will be picking up ASAP. All right, number 5 is there a book you think could like still shock you and become one of your favorite books of the year? Oh, absolutely. I'm reading so much right now that's absolutely fantastic, and I'm really enjoying it so far, like so much. A book that I have picked up recently that I'm super excited for, and I'm thinking is going to be an epic read, is The Deep by Nick Cutter. So if you guys don't know Nick Cutter, he's a horror writer. I read The Truth by him earlier this year, and his book The Deep is very different. It's basically about this underwater marine team, and they have to go down to fix some damage at the bottom of the ocean, and there's something down there. And I like water scares me, like deep water scares me, so like I'm expecting to be terrified, and it might be my favorite horror book of the year. I will be picking up as soon as it's at my door, because I'm really stoked for it, and that could probably easily become my favorite horror book if it's better than The Troop, which I could honestly see Nick Cutter pulling off. So that's another book I'm super excited for. And then number 6, have you started making reading plans for 2021? I don't really make reading plans. I'm really like making TBRs are hard enough for me because I'm such a mood reader, and like I'll like want to read 10 books and then be like I'm reading these 10 books, and then I read literally 1 book, and then I read like 12 other books from a different thing. So I try not to make reading plans. In terms of goals, my goals are to beat my number this year. I'm somewhere in the ballpark of like 200 books I read this year, and so my goal is to beat that. I don't know if I can, but because I'm now in grad school, but that is my goal, is to beat 200 books. I also was locked up in my house for a few months, so that really helped with that. So that's a goal. Beat the number of books I read this year. Other reading goals and reading plans is I really want to try some like literary contemporary novels. Maybe pick up, I don't know, like, I don't want to even say it, but like a romance book maybe. So like, I don't know, I want to branch out a little bit. In terms of like what I know I'm going to do, I know I'm going to catch up on Genevieve Cogman's The Invisible Library series. I know I will be rereading all of Brandon Sanderson's works for his upcoming novels in the coming year. So that will be definitely happening. And then lastly, I'm really excited to pick up the Sebastian de Castell novel, Traitor's Blade. I really want to get to this series, and I'm really stoked for it. But those are goals. We'll see what happens. I'm probably gonna end up reading all of course, those old things. But we'll see when they happen. Unknown at the moment. But that is the end of the year book tag. I'm so sorry. I know it's like the middle of December, and I'm sending this video out there, but it happened at least. So that happened. Oh, that's a good thing. In terms of people I have not yet seen this video from, that doesn't mean that by the time this is up, they haven't already done it. But I'm hoping that if they haven't done it and they haven't been tagged, that maybe this will encourage them, and then I'm not alone, being probably the latest person I've seen post this video. But we have Grace from Gereads. Grace's video YouTube link will be down below. I haven't seen anything from her yet. I'm hoping that she'll do it. So there you go, Grace. As well, we have Constance the Reader. I really enjoy Constance's energy. Like, wow, like good energy. Like, an amazing booktuber. Hope you can pick it up. And then as well, Jess from Verity Books. Absolute amazing videos. The editing job's astounding. And I hope that you also will think about doing this tag. So those are 3 booktubers who, if you feel like it, there you go. And then anyone who hasn't been tagged and wants to do this tag, please use my tag. You're more than welcome to. Please do it. Anyways, it's been so wonderful seeing you all today. I'll see you guys all later. Have a wonderful rest of your week. And this has been Couple from A Couple Books. Bye.